Saram students. Students, today we are going to study the first chapter of moments. In the previous video, we have completed the first unit of Beehive, and today we are going to study the first chapter of moments. So let us begin, but before that, let us first see the content of this book. As you can see, there are 10 chapters in this book, and today we are going to read the first chapter, that is The Lost Child. So let us begin. The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. Who was Mulk Raj Anand? Mulk Raj Anand, born on 12th of December 1905 in Peshawar. He was a prominent Indian author who is considered as the founder of English language Indian novel. What does that mean? That means that he wrote novels in which the main theme was of Indian peoples, or it is based on India, and it is written in English language. So this was the first attempt made by an Indian author to write a novel in English language. Anand has produced various forms of literary art and creative writing such as novels and short stories, which proved to be the classic work of the modern Indian English literature. Anand, most of the work are remembered for his realistic depiction of the poorer classes of people of India. He was very familiar with the problem of the poorer section. Anand was a prolific writer. He first gained wide recognition for his novel Untouchable in 1935 and Coolie in 1936. Both of these works examined or deal with the problem of poverty in Indian society. He died on September 28, 2004 in Pune. Now, before starting the explanation of this chapter, let us have a brief introduction. The Lost Child is one of the famous stories by Mulk Raj Anand. The story shows the working of a child's mind. It is a story of a child who becomes a victim of an unfortunate event. When he goes to the fair with his parents, he loses the contact with them. And then the story depicts the struggle of getting lost and separated from the comfort and security of the loved ones. So let us begin. There are going to be three characters, but the major character in the story is the lost child, around which the whole story revolves, and he is the only source of action in the story. The minor characters, which are just a part of the story, are the parents of the lost child and the kind men. So before starting with the explanation, let us see some difficult words of this story. The first word is gaily, which means happily. I could hear her gaily singing in her bedroom. I could hear her gaily singing in her bedroom. The second word is flapping, which means to swing. The flag was flapping about in the wind. The flag was flapping about in the wind. The third word is teeming, which means full of. His mind is teeming with ideas. His mind is teeming with ideas. The fourth word is bustling, which means moving here and there. The main attraction of the city was the bustling market. The main attraction of the city was the bustling market. The next word is abreast, which means side by side. A police car drew abreast of us and signaled us to stop. A police car drew abreast of us and signaled us to stop. The next word is murmured, murmured, which means speaking in a low sound. The child murmured something in his sleep. The child murmured something in his sleep. The next word is alley, alley, which means narrow passages. The alleys were adorned with bank of flowers. The alley were adorned with the bank of flowers. So these were the words. Now let us move on to the explanation of this chapter. As we have completed the word meanings, so now the explanation of the story. The story is set during the festival of spring. All the peoples of the villages were getting ready to go to the fair. Either men, women, or child, all were very excited and happy in a cheerful mood to go to the village fair. They all were using different modes to go to the fair. Either they are going by foot, by horses, by bamboo carts, or by bullock cart. A child was also going to the fair who was accompanied by his parents. He was very excited. He was so much excited that he even often banged into his father's leg. He was full of life, excitement, and laughter. While going while going to the fair, on their way, the child got attracted to the toys which were displayed on the various stalls. He was standing there and staring them, and he was left behind from his parents. Then, when his parents called him, he ran toward them, which shows that he was very obedient. And but the thing was that he still have his eyes on those toys. He was still attracted to those toys. He want them, but he knows that if he will ask this from his parents, they will not allow him. But still he got so much attracted to those toys that he could not suppress his feeling, his desire for those toys. He just make a try to ask from his parents, can they buy them the toys for him? But uh, when he make this trial in front of his father's eye grew red in anger, and he was looking at the child just like a tyrant ruler who was trying to oppress the child. So now, but the mother was very emotional. He got very emotional, and he did one thing very lovingly. He just gave her finger to the child to hold and guide him to the places. She asked him to see what is there in front of them. There was a big yellow, bright yellow colored mustard flowers field. They seemed like flowing stream of gold and were widespread. A group of dragonflies, black bees, and butterflies buzzed around, sucking the nectar from the flowers. And this is how the Mulk Raj Anand described the scenery of the field, that the field was full of the dragonflies, black bees, and butterflies who were sucking the nectar of the flowers. And the field of the yellow mustard was looking like the flowing stream of gold. The child was very attracted to that. He looked at them as they flew around. Now he got attracted to the bees, dragonflies, and the butterflies. He wanted to catch them. Whenever one of them try to sit on some flowers, he go and try to catch them. And in this way also he left behind from his parents. Again he walked next to them, but after a few steps he stopped to see the insect who were coming out of the soil. Now what he is doing, he is trying to see each and everything. First he got attracted to the toys who were displayed on the various stalls. The next thing that he got attracted to the butterflies, dragonflies and the black bees and tried to catch them, and in this way he left behind from his parents. Now what happened? When they were walking on the road, he saw that there were certain insects who were coming out of the soil, and he started to stare at them, and in this way again he was left behind. So this was the way he was going to the fair. He was looking at each and everything. So the parents called him again. Now the child once again ran and joined his parents. As the child entered the shady area or the shady forested area, he was welcomed by a shower of flowers. Now he forgot his parents and started collecting the petals that had fallen from the trees. Just then he heard the cooing of dove. Cooing is the sound made by the doves, that are the birds, and now he got excited to see them. He started chasing the birds, and in this process, the petal fell from his hand. This shows that as a child, he got attracted toward the next thing and he forgot what he was doing earlier. So the parents called the child who was running and playing around the banyan tree. So they lifted him and walked down a narrow and a twisted lane through which they crossed the mustard fields and reached the fair. As they were about to reach the fair, the child saw a huge crowd of people walking from all directions towards the fair. The dense crowd scared him and he stepped back for a while. But the next moment he got attracted to the mind boggling crowd of humanity. At the entrance of the fair, to one corner, he saw a sweet meat seller and he was selling various kinds of sweets like gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, and jalebi. The sweets were displayed at different heights and were covered with the foils of gold and silver. Now the boy's mouth watered when he sighted his favorite barfi. He expressed his desire to get one in a low voice. Now he was very much afraid from his parents and he asked in a very low voice because he knew that his request would be refused by his parents. So they would say that he was greedy for the burfi. As he did not expect that his demand would be fulfilled, he walked further. The next stall was that of a flower. He announced that he was selling garlands of gulmohar flowers. Now the child wanted one of those because the boy was very much attracted to the gulmohar flowers garland. Garland means mala. In Hindi you said it mala. Now the child wanted one of those. He walked toward the basket of the flowers and again announced his desire to have one of them in a very low voice because he knew that his demand would not be fulfilled and they would refuse to buy those flowers as they would say that they are very cheap. Again, the boy walked ahead without expecting a reply from his parents. The next thing that the child came across was a balloon seller selling balloons of different colors of the rainbow. The boy was attracted to the shiny colors of the balloon and wanted to have them all. He knew that his parent would not buy the balloons for him as they would reason that he was too old to play with them. So the child walked further. Then he paused at a snake charmer who was playing a flute and the snake was twisting its neck to the music. The snake had coiled itself in a basket and had raised its heads out. It bent and moved its neck gracefully like a swan. Now here the writer is describing that how the snake was dancing on the music played by the snake charmer. Now it seemed that the music of the flute was heard by the snake's invisible ears and created the effect of a waterfall on it because it swayed its neck in a similar way. He says the writer is saying that here it seems that the writer is trying to say that the snake was hearing that music that is played by the snake charmer through his invisible ears, and he was dancing like as if the waterfall that like the music was like a waterfall, or a waterfall fall is falling on him. He was moving in such a graceful manner. So the boy walked toward the snake charmer, but as his parents had warned him to remain away from the unpleasant music played by such men, he walked further. Then he saw the roundabout swing. It was full of men, women, and children who were enjoying the ride. Now the next thing to which he was attracted was a swing, roundabout swing, which was full of men, women, and children, and they all were enjoying the ride. The boy watched the people on the roundabout, and then, with a lot of courage, he expressed his desire to go on the roundabout. When his parent did not reply, he turned toward them. He saw that they were nowhere. He looked around and behind, but his parents were nowhere to be seen. The boy cried loudly, jerked his head, and ran here and there, calling out for his parents. He was full of fears. Tears started rolling down his cheeks as he wailed and ran around. His turban open and his cloth became muddy. So while he was crying, he was running here and there. His turban opened and it became muddy, though his clothes also become muddy. After some time, he gave up. The loud cries turned into a mild sob. He saw some people standing and talking and tried to find if his parents were among them. The laughter and talks of the people were meaningless for the child. He was simply searching for his parents. The boy ran toward a temple which was crowded with people. He ran through the legs of men, calling out for his parents. The crowd was pushing each other as he heard the entrance of the temple. So as he neared to the temple of to the entrance of the temple, the people were pushing each other, and in during this thing he fall down and he was scared of huge strong men who were stared people with the murderous eyes and pushed them with their strong and big shoulders. So he was very afraid that he would be crushed under their feet, and he started crying very loudly. While this, a man heard his voice and he lifted the child. As the man got the child out of the crowd, he asked him how he had reached there and what were his parents' name. The boy cried even more and repeated that he wanted to go to his parents. I want my mother, I want my father, and saying this, and he was crying a lot. The man tried to relax the child by taking him to the roundabout swings. Now the stranger man was trying to calm down the child by giving him the thing which he wanted, like he wanted to go to the roundabout swing. Now he's offering that to the child so that he should stop crying and screaming in the fair. Now the men started walking back on the same way or the same route which the child had taken. Like first he took him to the snake charmer, then the flower seller, then the sweetmeat seller. He tried to give each and everything which the child wanted or wished to have, but the child didn't stop crying. He just said that I want my parents, and he didn't got attracted to the balloons, to the colored balloons. Nothing make him happy, nothing might get cheered by seeing them. He just refused everything and he just cried for his parents. Finally the men took him to the sweetmeat seller and offered to buy sweets for him. Still, the child said, no, I just want my parents. And this was the end of this chapter, The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. So, now the next thing is, what about the title, The Lost Child? Is it correct? Is it going with the story or not? So, let us see. As you can see, the title of the story is apt. How? If we see on the surface level, the meaning, the lost child. Yes, the child was lost in the fair and got separated from his parents. This was the surface meaning, which we can see very easily. But if we go deep into the story, we can find that the title is apt there also. How? That the child got lost by seeing the different attraction he met on the way to the fair. He got distracted by the many things from his parents. He got distracted by the sweet seller. He got attracted to this balloon seller, flower seller, snake charmer, and he got lost in those worlds. He didn't realize that his actual happiness lie with his parents. But when he got lost from his parents, when he got separated, he actually realized that he has lost his actual happiness, which lie within his parents and not in these artificial happiness. So the title was apt. So this was the story, The Lost Child. Now students, there are certain questions which I have given you as a home assignment. The first question is, what are the things the child sees on his way to the fair? How did the mother distract the child's mind from the toy seller? How was the child separated from his parents? Who rescued the lost child? What did he offer to buy? So these are the questions for your home assignment. I hope you understand this lesson. Thank you students. Have a good day.